Sean Petersen as we are every clip and every alt of this introductory game.
True. And what a privilege it is to be back here for a whole new season, brand new, starting fresh.
It is. It's good that we start fresh. Good start. Clean slate is what they really needed last year. As last year they just struggled for a little bit, but it's good to see the clean slate. Obviously, I think we returned every single member of this team. I don't think we had any graduates last year, or we had one.
We had Sergeant Skittles.
Sergeant Skittles graduated, but we did the same core. We got the same sports, same tank and Freed. I'm imagining the same shot caller probably. So it is going to be interesting to see how this CMU team adapted compared to last year.
Yeah, and we are fresh off the heels at the start of season 18, I believe, of Overwatch 2 here, where, balance patches aplenty and perks have been completely redone for many heroes, as a lot of heroes had very underwhelming perks. Junkrat throws trap further perk. I'm looking at you, because that one was particularly very bad.
That is true. The perks were a controversial add to the very end of last season, the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
But overall, it really came out to do very well in the end because it really shook up the meta. It allowed a bunch of teams that you wouldn't expect to win. A lot of upsets happened in those last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see if that sort of same thing sort of sticks around now.
Well, I'm just more interested to see that perks bring a lot of kind of like less meta heroes back up and give them more of a fighting chance, I think. As I don't think I ever see Junkrat in here like at all. So maybe with the perks, because they're pretty strong. I think his new perks are pretty strong, particularly him getting another concussion mine if he gets a kill with one, and I forgot what the other major perk that we worked was.
We can't. Well, we can't speak on meta without disregarding. We have 2 new champions compared to last year.
That's true.
We have Freya, who is Freya, I think is her name, I believe.
Yeah, Freya.
Freya is interesting.
I'm going to be real. That is probably the most nothing burger release I've had from this game. I feel like I don't see that character ever.
Because the Freya release coincided with me getting a cat named Freya. That is currently my norm. I love it. Absolutely beautiful cat. And I enjoy Freya crossbow. I love the aesthetic of it. I love that there's a crossbow character to sort of go with Hanzo with the bow and arrow. And as a crossbow hunter myself, it's good to see the representation. And have you seen her ult? Her ult is sick. She's got the bola, whips, absolute tank killer. It's great. I enjoy it. It's in the same categories like Mei, as it sort of just freezes up the entire team. It's a displacer ult. It's great. And then the second one, even more recent than Freya, we have Wu Yang, the support water boy himself.
Basically, the waterbender we have. Interesting character who has been particularly favored in the competitive Overwatch, especially the pros. I've seen a lot of the pros playing him, so I think because he's a very good poke. He's very good at staying in the back line, and he's even pretty decent at dealing with dive, considering his wave kind of just stuns people, even if they try to jump on him. And we have a nice...
I think if we don't see it, I think he's going to be everywhere. I'm not sure if he doesn't get banned, I think he is going to be in every single matchup we see today. Because he is so strong. Right? He's everything. He's good in dive. He's good in poke. He's not great in brawl, but he's good enough that he's not like a liability.
Yeah.
He's good and he's just a really strong hero right now.
And that ultimate, giving 500 overhealth and basically attaching a bomb to either Wu Yang himself or one of his teammates that knocks down basically a big earth shatter.
Yeah, it is just
a mobile earth shatter, which is kind of crazy for a support.
Yeah, I know. But that was the first reaction. Everybody during the release trailer, it was all tame. We saw the ability for you to be able to control the ball in the air, and they're like, "Oh, that's pretty strong." And then we see the ult, and you can just see the reactions on the streamers' faces that it's just like, what is this? This is not a support ult. This is a DPS or even a tank ult. This is crazy.
I'm gonna be real. I really think that should just be Roadhog's ult.
It could be. It really should be.
Whatever. Especially since Roadhog, speaking of him, got reverted back to pre-Pigpen days. So he will just... I don't know how present he'll be.
Sorry to cut you off here, but we are into the first engagement of the season as we see Miami, Ohio getting forced back a little bit. We've seen a very good engage. Oh, the Moira got picked off by AH and Nitrous Oxide picks off the May as Miami, Ohio takes the first combat of the year. We're seeing the Junker Queen come out from Freed. Junker Queen is a interesting pick. Into Orisa, though, I believe she's probably very
not very good. As Orisa is very, very strong to kind of run over most, especially brawl comps. She's very bunker.
That's true. And Orisa can throw the spear, which is really just it can break up the death ball you're trying to form. So
I mean, Jungle Queen did get one of her perks is to make her unstoppable when she does her ult. So that is a very real perk choice now.
As we're seeing Turtles here in the back line securing a double kill. As Pooter gets a double kill as well. Zack securing one. Zack securing two to win the fight, it appears. Unless AH can seize. He does get Raspberry, which is going to leave the two DPS sort of isolated with everything. As that Tracer is just going to lay in wait with her ult. Tracer is a very scary champion when she has her ult because it's a free pick on any. She's so fast. It's a free pick on any DPS or any support you really want.
Yeah.
And can take a good chunk out of tank even if you miss. So it's a scary ult to just have sitting. Soldier is always being played, it seems, which could also be due to the fact that we have had Zack now for 2 years, who I believe is a Soldier main, but Soldier always seems to be prevalent as Alfonso playing the Wu Yang secures the first kill. Pooter is also taking down Zack.
Yeah. I think Tracer is just one of those heroes who's a constant. They will always, I'll be there type stuff. Anytime, any meta, he'll be there.
That's fair. That charge beam is brutal as we're going to see a 2-2 ult charge on both of them. Zack with a good engage here could also get his ult in during the fight. We're going to see a little bit of a Souljourn duel here between Sire and Zack.
Yeah.
Seeing Raspberry, we're seeing very similar team comps between both of them. The non-break picks. That is a very interesting choice into Orisa. As we're seeing Freed here jumping down.
And there's a Wu Yang.
There's the Wu Yang ult. As we've seen Big hit the Wu Yang active does get.
Raspberry at least has moving on to Freed there or something.
Overall went very well there for CMU as they are sort of just stuck in the brawl exactly what they want to be as Freed secures the kill on the other tank. There's that Tracer ult. Zack does have his ult available though. Secures the kill. Sire pops his ult, kills Freed. As we're going to see here trying to secure Zack. Unfortunately, he's not going to get the kill as Nitrous Oxide secures it. We're going to see a team fight here between
balls. But is in possession of the point, maybe not for very long, but they do stop Miami, Ohio's advance at the point, right up until now.
They do, yeah, and it's going to be, there's still overtime available. Zack has his ult. There's two ults in CMU's favor, 2-0, which it's also May, and here we go, see it. There's the pop from Zack as the Souljourn. Here he comes. Going to try to cure at least a lot of big damage earlier. Maybe I think
he already got taken out by this is there.
The Sire secures the kill on the support. Not good for CMU. But Freed gets a triple kill. Very good out of him as Freed's going to be chasing down this Ana. Oh, there's another kill. Freed with a quadra kill. He's going for the Penta maybe.
Get the ace move.
They're going to force him back. That's a good change of momentum there for CMU, pushing him out of overtime as they are going to have the advantage here in this last fight.
Unfortunately, CMU does not have any ults really.
No,
I mean, maybe Coalescence can come online really soon, but Miami, Ohio is with Nano Boost. But that's probably about it, but it's kind of really all you need. Although HN is pretty fun.
HN out of the fight. They've got to get on whoever gets Nano boosted here very quickly. Try to secure a quick pick. As we're seeing the power of Wu Yang poke with the Souljourn in the back line. Freed here. Just going to be standing on point. They've just got a delay as we see him pull up the shield. The Risk is going to have to run through there. Oh, there's a May wall. Great May wall out of CMU.
Fortified and Spit. So that's two abilities out of Orisa already, but it doesn't really matter. Raspberry and Turtles are already gone.
Running to the back line to absolutely secure a triple kill there. Most likely to end round one. A very good showing there out of CMU, though, in the first round. Overall, compared to what we saw last year against Miami, Ohio, that is a absolutely definite win.
Oh, yeah, you get the coconuts on this map.
You do get the coconuts on your win. Always an exciting thing on Samoa, though Malga is not here.
No, he's not here.
Compared to how many Malgas we had on Samoa last year,
Which, I mean, he is a decent pick right now, actually, because one of his major perks is allowing for anytime he runs at somebody to ignite them. So basically, he's just doing like a burning run, which is very strong for him.
That's not terrifying at all. Like Samoan man running you down, lighting him on fire, lighting him on fire. More mercy. More mercy with nobody to fly onto is just stuck with a pistol. You see,
that's an actually rather good view for me. I don't like her that much.
As we're seeing here, the McCree picked up by Sire. As Zack also, these guys are just absolutely mirroring each other today.
Yeah.
Sire and Zack always down to duel, and what better time to do it than at high noon with both McCrees.
Yeah, I agree. He has another good perk as well, where he replaces Fan the Hammer with a kind of look down sight bleed shot. So it's pretty good. It is a piercing shot.
Yeah. As we're seeing Age and then the back line, here's the death ball we're talking about. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4 people on screen, all within probably about 5 meters of each other. As they secure the first grab of the point. Orisa is here with a big fling. The Sigma may be what they decide works the best, which is not shocking, as Sigma can be really strong in these brawl comps, but it is to go free here. It's taking so much damage. As Alfonso on the Lucio secures double kill. Sire, I wonder if Raspberry is going to take that as a challenge and switch to Lucio. I know how much he enjoys playing that steal.
I mean, he is already a 66% ult, so I would
probably fair.
Not, maybe though.
He's got to get to max charge and switch over to Lucio. That's the only, and then they just got to kind of balk each other off with that new. I know it's a perk on Lucio, but you can get a big bonk.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've got to maintain line of sight with his healers here. Oh, that's a trap. As you push, you take out. Oh, they do burn an ult though. I feel like that was maybe a necessary burn there by the Orisa.
That's a big one!
They have no DPS ults from Vaneue.
It's almost high noon.
Yeah.
He has it.
It does have
It
it.
could be high noon anytime.
Yeah. I knew somewhere in the middle.
My favorite voice line in the entire game, that merger. He was very good at that play. As we're seeing here, CMU pushing forward. They've got to try to maintain the death ball without getting away. So Freed secures Sire, killing Sire. Here comes that wave we were talking about. Dang. Unfortunately, May's going to have to bubble there. The damage from Billy. Oh, Zack as I do. Fighting off against Lucio. He does get that kill. This has been a relatively, not to say totally, but a relatively good match.
Yeah, very bad. Control is always where I feel like it's always kind of weird.
Always a toss-up. Just my favorite kind of map, because the maps where you can see stomps is just, it's just the worst.
Yeah, I mean, like, anyone can stomp. Yeah, you can see that. And, going to Junker Town, yeah, you'll see that 9 times out of 10. But if you go to some or like any control map, you'll see it.
As we're seeing Raspberry here jump in to stay with the line of sight with Free. He's got us keep line of sight because that shield's also the only thing keeping him alive. Though I did see Ash, I think, in the back of him. In the back line there, they've got to watch out. And he is behind them, I believe. Oh, here comes the Lucio wall. Drops the feet as it does wait till very good blizzard there. It's probably going to freeze up Orisa, at least, though, Vap did take down his vulnerability shield, but still anybody's fight, as that is a big grasp there from Free. Don't just get damage.
Yeah, that window is just too much value right there.
Yeah, that Bap, the Bap ult's been really good. Baptiste's ults are so valuable. It's very easy to underestimate them, as they sometimes can be they can be misused.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
It's, in a setting like this where every single player is pretty good, there is one of the most well-utilized ults in the entire game.
Yeah. And we're still holding on to this Deadeye here as well, which is a bit tough to use on the map.
Never mind. Here comes Sires.
Oh yeah,
He's using it, and there goes Ajin's.
What a stick!
He does. He's just got it. Get on one of the supports. Oh, is this CMU's gonna push forward here? He does get hampered by and stunned. He got chained. What we call that a chain CC, where you can't move for multiple seconds. That is exactly what happened to Freed there. As Miami Ohio secures round number 1 off the back of some very good play. Very even though overall both teams had good opportunities on point. As we are moving into game number 2, what are your thoughts as a Overwatch expert, as an previous Overwatch player? What would you say your key to this game is for CMU?
I do believe Zarya was the ban for us, because I mean, who was facing Zarya? Let's be real. But it'd be interesting to see what CMU wants to ban for the next map, which they can't do Zarya again, so that's already off the table. So maybe they go for the Orisa because it seems to be. I mean, I feel like they took out the Orisa a decent amount of time.
I feel like at least from my point of view, it feels pretty cut and dry who they got to ban here. I feel like they got to ban the Tracer out. Because the Tracer got way too many picks on supports, and fighting 4v5 without a support, it just doesn't. You don't win. You don't win against a good team when you have a pick early. I feel like if you ban out the Tracer here, you get rid of the big issue they are. You make them forced to somebody else that can flank. Maybe they're not comfortable. Switch to a Reaper. Comes with its own set of issues, but not the same issues as Tracer. So maybe CMU can counter that better. But at least from a more casual player, I feel like Tracer is the best option here.
I do think I'm tempted to agree, and because I would never really want to see a Tracer in my game, especially one probably this high up. I wouldn't mind a Tracer ban just to see what exactly AHN wants to pull out there. I think it was AHN playing.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely he did not switch the entire game, which makes me think more and more maybe he is, if not a one trick in terms of playing Tracer, maybe it's a one trick in terms of just playing flanks. And it's very hard to just avoid and cut out Tracer from a game. It's a lot easier to cut out a Reaper from a game or cut out the various other flanking TPSs that their whole job is just to run in, get a pick on the support, and die. I feel like it's a lot easier to minimize almost every other character like that compared to Tracer. So that's at least my standing on the game. Obviously, we do have two very good head coaches out there. Very experienced, though, both. They both were on the team last year, whether or not that was the academy team or the actual team. They're both very experienced.
Yeah.
And it is very interesting to see it's going to be interesting to see what their philosophies are going into this year.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to there's a lot of different things you have to pick from now, when it comes to maps and bans. We're putting a lot more stuff in, I think, which is interesting. But we will be taking a break here to get to
we will be right
up
back
for the next match.
As the bans are going to happen. We will be right back. Thank you, and stay with us. Welcome back. We are back on Gibraltar here for game number 2 between your Central Michigan Chippewas and the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. While we were gone, the 2 bans for this map are Ana and Wrecking Ball. Much to my chagrin, I do love some Wrecking Ball gameplay. Sean, we were talking before. What's your problem with Wrecking Ball? Because I love him. He's a little hamster dude.
I don't like that rodent. Man.
Why?
Who
could dislike a rodent?
That's a mean rodent.
Yeah, you got dove one too many times with Ball.
I think the best thing about Ball is he has probably the best voice lines in the game. But
that's fair.
But that's only because the robot's cool, not him. No, that's better than him.
I feel like the best voice lines in the game have got to be Doomfist. I love Doomfist's voice lines. Maybe it's because I just really enjoy Doomfist as a character, but
I like DPS Doomfist when I can one-shot people.
Oh my gosh. Of course you like DPS Doomfist.
Yeah, I mean, that's what...
Everybody likes Doomfist. Honestly, Doomfist was such a good character when he was a DPS and not a tank, because he could just... You could get away with doing stupid stuff, and nobody cared because you were a DPS, and you didn't really have to carry the team.
Listen, if he is described as quote, might I say, quoted, can level a skyscraper, he should be able to one-shot some normal person.
I mean, he did like one-shot Genji in the actual thing.
Yeah.
Wait, so CMU
that wasn't tank just doing that.
Wait a second. CMU is running a very high-skill team comp with both Echo, who is definitely one of the most challenging characters in the game, and we've got a Ashe, another not ultra high skill. I mean, her ult is just go another champion and send out another champion 6v5.
Yeah.
And then we're also running a very interesting Baptiste on this map. Is interesting because this is, we were talking before, this is the dive map. Like, if you're gonna play dive, you want to go to Gibby. You want to go to Gibraltar because there's so much.
The insta swap to Zarya.
That's exactly
Okay.
Well, I guess we're not gonna die. We're going with
we are
Echo Ashe. We're gonna be playing Siege Protectors as we see the Echo.
I mean, against the Freya, well, might be a bit difficult.
I was gonna say, if I'm not,
they're playing anti-dive with the Brick. I don't know how much value that Brick scene gets hit up there, but I mean, go crazy.
I think she's waiting for the Echo to jump up, but I don't think the Echo will.
Yeah,
there's
2 stuck arrows.
Okay, good there. No, Raspberry does get the kill on Sire as they switch. Here comes the big.
I mean, that's good.
Big ult there.
Turtle's a bit the hallway of doom apparently right there for a second.
It's a double there. Nitrous oxide secures one. That is true. The absolute hallway of doom and despair as you see the Diva running down it. Just absolute not.
You know what's crazy? People enjoy this map. People pick this map.
I enjoy this map. Don't badmouth Gibby. I like Gibby.
No.
It can get you. Just play a character with wings. Kill gap.
You know, I think one of the worst things. I love map voting, but I also really despise it because it tells me what these absolute heathens like playing on. And they are picking Gibraltar.
Gets a double kill.
They're picking Junkertown.
I can't hear any more of this blasphemy as Pooter Scooter gets a double kill. Zack just secures one. It's 2 for 2, though CMU did lose their tank halfway through that fight. The one thing that might be a little bit of an issue for CMU is Zarya is not known for her track running ability, so getting back to the payload quickly compared to a Diva where he dies.
She's very good at weightlifting, not cardio.
That's true. That's
how unfortunate because her thighs are massive.
She is very large. She does have a large shield as well, which also helps. Oh, here comes the ult.
Oh, where is that?
I have no idea. Down the hallway.
Okay.
Oh no, and unfortunately,
it seems like they were asking the same thing. It looks like everybody else.
Yeah, so everybody was a little bit confused there as Freak's the last one to die, unfortunately. Though there was a good push there by CMU. They've got about a minute to make something happen here. We're going to see the same Echo just continue to be locked down. Echo is very strong as soon as she gets to level 2 because she gets her perk where she can throw double the sticky grenades, which is against a Diva is, I'm not going to say ultra strong because Diva's fast enough she can dodge them, but...
Well, I'm just saying she can just eat them.
That's also true. Well, that's true with everything though.
Well, yeah.
I mean, oh no, Freed broke line of sight, got absolutely nailed.
I mean, I guess Echo does have beam, but like, she can't really get Diva down that low to use the beam effectively.
As CMU is going to get shoved back into spawn here, not a great overall sign as Freed's going to run back out.
We chose this map.
We did. As we're going to see, Bob is available. Send him. Send Bob. Make it 6v5. As Freed is going to sit. He's about to have ult charge. Another thing that Diva's little defense matrix can indeed block. Oh, there's the
copy.
Copy. Duplication as Zack is going to step in. Freed takes down one as Nitrosox unfortunately knocks Echo out of her ring before she can ult. I'm surprised Bob is not out yet. They would be shocked if he doesn't come out now.
Come on.
Bob's not coming out. Bob's scared. Not quite yet. Oh no, here comes the ult. That's not good. That's not going to be good for Bob's health. Well, Bob is out. The auto-aim man himself. As Freed secures a kill on Ajin, Zack. Bob gets a kill.
Steve the door.
Hooter Scooter unfortunately takes out Freed, so it's going to be a tank. Without much, though, if anybody can kill a tank, it's going to be this Echo.
Yeah.
Especially against that. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get this quick kill.
Dude's out of mech though, but you do a lot more damage now.
I was going to say, a lot scarier without that mech. Unfortunately, Ajin takes out Turtles. Ajin gets a double
Switch
kill.
people on this card. We can get Doomfist.
With Doomfist, show us one of your glorious voice lines, Doomfist.
No, I don't think it was.
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not, as CMU is unable to push it to the first objective. Though they get it pretty far. They almost got to that very first checkpoint.
Yeah.
As Miami, Ohio has to push it just to the very edge in order to secure this round, round 2.
Yeah. No, Gibraltar.
It is Gibraltar. Despite its flaws in the first sector, I like it. It's, you know what? I'm not even gonna. We disagree. We don't disagree about a whole bunch of stuff, but I think Gibraltar is good, and so I'm sticking with that. Who do you think in terms of defense that CMU should play here overall?
I mean, if Miami, Ohio wants to run that Diva again, is Zarya? Yeah, Zarya is really the only beam tank we got.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So.
I was thinking maybe Ram, but I think Ram is really far out of meta right now. I think.
I mean, people say that. It was more of a bug fix for him.
A bug fix that ended an entire champion's life,
Well,
unfortunately.
What are we talking about anymore? He's not gone. He's not buried 6 feet under.
He pretty much is. You don't see him.
Fine.
He's so far out. Like, people don't even, like... There's champions that were like, maybe we could see him as a surprise pick in this competitive. Nah, that's never going to happen.
Not even doing that bad.
He's not. He's not that bad. He's definitely a good counter pick option, but I feel like every tank is a counter pick option to a point.
Yeah.
It's like Wrecking Ball. It's exactly in that same category as Wrecking Ball, where he's just Ramatra, and it's just Wrecking Ball. It's just little gerbil in machine, and it's just big, scary robot man with nanobots.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it is just very interesting just to see the state of Overwatch. To say that I didn't play a lot of Overwatch over the summer is a little understatement. And I know you played at least enough to know what was going on.
Yeah.
So if you were to give us like a little bit of an overstate, like who is the strongest champion in the game right now? If you were to select one MVP of the year for a champion this year, or a hero this year.
This entire year, or you're just talking like right now?
Just right now.
Probably right now. I mean, yeah, very strong.
Actually, that's fair. Got the release power, unfortunately, and that's just a rough look, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, because I think Liang brought. I see him as kind of like a bit of an evolved Zenyatta. I feel like right now with being able to control the movement of the orbs, and he also has a fairly low amount of healing, I think as well.
I would agree with you on that. I think overall, Zenyatta is not in the strongest state right now, but I do think he has the potential. I feel like there's champions that just have strong concepts, and I do think the strong concept of Zenyatta has a strong concept with just huge amounts of poke damage, huge amounts of just ability to do damage in a controlled area, and obviously the perks gave him an absolute huge amount of just full damage. So I don't know. There's a couple, like Baptiste, strong concept. I think Reinhardt will always be around the meta because he has a strong concept. I don't know. I'm definitely missing somebody. If you want to elaborate on that at all, in terms of just champions with strong concepts that will always be available to play.
I mean, Soldier's always one, I think, as well as Reaper, because he always kind of won. I mean, people really say, "Oh, well, he's not a tank buster anymore." I'm like,
It depends who the tank is.
I think it does depend who the tank is. I think people underestimate him. People are like, "Oh, well, Reaper doesn't do enough damage anymore." I'm like, well, I don't know. I really like I like his perks. I think his perks are very fun,
I
and
would
especially
agree with you.
the one perk that gives him a lot more lifesteal allows him to be a lot more durable in a fight, and allows him to last longer to where he can bust a tank down.
That is very real. I would have to agree with you on that. As the tank buster idea is really a it's a weird meta to have say you are a tank buster because the ability to take down a tank as a DPS is such a valuable thing.
Yeah,
And the
Yeah.
ability to do that is just it's difficult. It's a weird thing to do. There's very few supports. There's only a few supports slash DPSs that can do it. I mean, you got the Souljourn. Once again, one of those characters that's just always going to be there because
Yeah.
it's a Call of Duty character on steroids.
yeah.
And once you mentioned Soldier, just Call of Duty character
Mhm.
without as many steroids, but still sort of on steroids because
He's got a stim pack though.
I with actual steroids, not just leg implants, but just full on steroids.
Yeah.
Actual stim pack in his backpack.
We'll be back to talk more about him after this break. Once we go to the third map.
And welcome back to game number 3 here at Central Michigan University. Your Central Michigan Chippewas are currently down 2-0 against the Miami Redhawks, hoping to secure their first round of the year, though it has been close, at least in the first round. Second round was a little bit suspect, but we are new here on New Queen Street, and I like this map. So
this, yeah, you know what? I mean, my thing with push maps is I don't really like any of them. But if I was gonna play,
on a single map today,
if I was gonna play a push map, I played New Queen probably.
Okay, good. We agree that New Queen is at least.
Oh, I don't like the mode. The map's fine. I don't like the mode.
Okay, whatever. Well, in terms of CMU, what do you think we're gonna see here into round 3? I think we're in a really experimental phase. End of the first game, or it could be the end of first game. Obviously, we could go to 5 rounds, but experimentally wise, I think we're gonna see.
I know. Wait, May was banned, and who did we ban?
May was at least banned.
Yeah. Yeah.
We at least saw.
That's true.
Miami, Ohio did ban May. As we're going to see the same exact team comp pretty much. I wonder. I bet we banned out the Orisa. That's probably what it was.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
As we're seeing the same sort of comp going on for Miami, Ohio. CMU subbing out what was the Echo for a
Venture, yeah.
Yeah, for a Venture. I completely blanked on her name. As we're seeing Raspberry on the Lucio here. Back on where he's comfortable with. He's a very strong Lucio player, as we've seen in the past. As we are going to see here, Freed's going to round the corner into a Lucio. Nitrous Oxide gets Zack, unfortunately.
Oh, might have got hit by a sleep there.
He did. As we're going to see here, Freed's going to up close and personal with a Junker Queen. As we're seeing Alfonso absolutely terrorizing the back line of CMU. There's bouncing Freed.
Freed up. The ragdoll off the cliff.
Freed, like, I'll save some alt charge for you guys. Just jumped off the cliff.
Yeah.
As we're seeing here, Zack is sort of in an interesting spot. Respawns a little too quick for him, but he's gonna have to wait back. As Tracer, you really gotta take advantage of the chaos.
Oh yeah.
And so head-on-head is not gonna be where you're gonna score any kills.
Good though. AZ is playing Venture here is pretty good because they're also another Agent of Chaos. We kind of got Agent of Chaos.
Definitely can. As AZ secures a kill here, we're seeing the Ana of nitrous oxide get absolutely pelted as Raspberry secures a kill. AZ is taken out by Pooter as Zack secures nitrous oxide. Raspberry with a double kill in this engage. Very good out of him. Raspberry showing his improvement over last year. I was talking to him before the match. He mentioned how he's been improving all year. He really wants to be part of the system this year, not trying to differentiate himself as much. He wants to be part of the system.
He wants to be part of the system. See, that's what Big Brother wants. Big Brother doesn't want you to play Reddit Lucio.
You know what? Lucio, he drops the beat. What can I say? He drops the beat. He's great.
Lucio is a revolutionary at heart because he's a revolution in Rio de Janeiro. In Rio de Janeiro. He should be playing it straight.
Well, Pooter gets a double kill there. One with a Q, which is very strong. Pooter with a triple kill there. Sire is going to be forced to drop back as he has that kill streak active.
Yeah. That was a pretty quick and decisive retake there by Miami, Ohio. Speaking of which, my overlay. My point overlay.
True. We have Zack here. He does have ult. He's going to try to... I think he's going to have to go for... I'm assuming... I actually don't know. He could go for Sire here. Sire would be a very high target shot, but he does have a lot of mobility to get out of the way. Zack sort of just stuck in the back.
Yeah,
Freed's getting absolutely nailed. Everybody got hit by the anti. Cmichesports.
That was a big rampage. Wow.
And Sire pops her ult, taking out
look at that.
AZ.
Oh, that's not a heroic ult. You gotta hit the heroic after you. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, gosh. Pooter here being surprisingly good in the front line with it. Oh, there's a big heal.
Right through that shield with Carnage. Bleeding.
Sire gets a double kill there. AHN secures a kill with her ult as Zack's gonna be forced back here. Back into objective.
Yeah.
He's really gotta wait. He doesn't have ult charge, so he's not able to really get a pick. He's gotta wait for his tank. Really able to do much. Sigma is being played again. It's gonna be a good opportunity for a pick here. Tracer unfortunately not able to get it. Pooter Scooter takes out Raspberry. Very big heal.
Signal coming out.
He does get one.
Hit,
I think it hit one.
Oh,
As Sire kills Freed. Unfortunately, Alfonso kills one. That Lucio has been so deadly. AHN secures another one. Alfonso gets there. Raspberry isn't able to get out of there as they are pushing to the end. CMU is going to have one big engage here. As Freed's going to jump on with the Doom Fist.
Clear.
Oh, there's a Kitsune Rush out of... Kitsune Rush. Raspberry pops ult. Drops the beat here as we're seeing Echo fly above the AZ. Oh, there's Steel. Steel's not jumping.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's the big bump there out of...
The miss was me right.
Fortunately not, as Buddha
I
gets the kill.
think that's the worst part of playing Jungle Queen. That axe just feels like it has no range.
Oh,
wait, Freed
is still alive.
Oh, wait, okay.
Never mind. Sire nailed an absolutely huge headshot as Miami, Ohio secures game number 3. And unfortunately, the match out of CMU. Not how they wanted to start the year, but you know what? They can only go up from here, which is one of the benefits of having a start. Pooter Scooter here with the play of the game. I think it's going to be that 4K win for all. Here it is. Yeah, one.
Got the win.
He did get booped. Still secured a Quadra. Wow. Should have had a Penta, but Sire taking a little bit there. I'm sure
that's
it's
crazy that still hit everybody.
That's true. That is weird that it hit everybody.
Alright, I mean, I guess.
Well, obviously not how they wanted to start the game overall. Not how they really wanted to start the season. Not really much we can say out of there. Yeah. Miami, Ohio is always one of the very strongest programs in the league, though. Overall, they're usually... I think they won or got second last year, so they're going to be looking to probably continue that level of dominance. Later this week, we will see your Central Michigan Chippewas play against the Eastern Michigan Eagles in what should be a very even, very competitive matchup. Obviously, cross-state rivals. Not cross-town. Cross-state rivals, which should be fun to witness. That'll be Thursday, I believe, at the same time as the stream started.
Yeah.
Should be a very competitive game.
You'll be able to see us.
And we'll be back.
In person. A little bit, kind of.
Maybe a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what sort of weeks work out.
If we manage to escape the void, if you know, you know.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we will be back on Thursday. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you guys on Thursday to watch Central Michigan play the Eastern Michigan Eagles.
Yeah.